Good morning. Happy Wednesday. How's everyone doing? Let's get this right. Christian Ballard, Ballard Sports Media. Yes, I'm back. I feel like I haven't done too much on here lately, which is the case. I've been busy, got stuff to look forward to, got stuff to plan. Recently got engaged, so that's good. I'm trying to plan a wedding and all that, um, but I'm here and ready to talk up some NFL draft. I think it's time to get that going. Or here on April Fools, April 1st, whatever. I don't really buy into April Fools too much. Not against it. I don't know. It's kind of childish for me personally. I mean, if you're going to do a prank, you're going to do it right. Correct? But I want to start talking up the NFL draft for 2026. I want to look at some prospects, look at some mock drafts. Maybe I could try to get some interviews in this month. Because leading up to the draft, I mean, the draft is like the last weekend of the month. So, I mean, we got what, 3 or 4 weeks? That's pretty good. I probably should have started right after the Super Bowl, but obviously we're mostly college football. So I kind of took a chance on that. And yeah, y'all know how that goes. Doing all the team previews and stuff. So I hope everyone's doing good. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. If you're watching this back, thank you. We probably don't have many live viewers. It says one's watching, so I appreciate that. Um, but I'm just gonna kind of ramble on a little bit. I'm probably not gonna drop the link today, but we'll just talk the NFL draft. So we'll start here. I want to look at this. I have not looked at this mock draft. Who is this from? This is from Kurt Popejoy from Steelers Wire. So as a Steelers writer, um, by the way, that's where the draft's taking place is in Pittsburgh, which is pretty cool. Question is, can they get a Super Bowl out there soon? I think that'd be pretty cool to have it at Heinz Field, personally. But um, yeah, who knows? Who knows? 2026 NFL Draft full 2 round mock update, and we're gonna take a look at this, kind of react to it. I believe who's got the first pick? Do we know? Well, the Raiders. I figured it was them or the Jets, but um, Fernando Mendoza first off the board. We'll go pick by pick here, I guess, if we want. No doubt, Fernando Mendoza should be the first pick, unless the Raiders somehow trade. Um, which I don't think they will. I think they need a long term answer at quarterback. They've needed that ever since they got rid of Derek Carr. Um, Now they've had like Geno Smith or whoever, that's fine, but I mean, it's not like they've had bad quarterback play, but they have not had that guy that you look at and say, he's our franchise guy. Fernando Mendoza could change that from Indiana. So the Heisman winner off the board at number one. Who's next? The Jets. David Bailey. I think you could go 1A, 1B, and edge between these next two picks. Ruben Bain could be a good option at 2, but David Bailey and Texas Tech, man, that was the best defense, no doubt, because of David Bailey last year. Not in the country, I would say, defensively for Texas Tech. Not the best in the country. But I mean, can we agree? And I know we joke about the Big 12 not having defense. I say that all the time. However, Texas Tech had a monster defense. They really did. And it was one of the best in the Big 12. It was one of the best offenses, too. I mean, they just were that team. We went into the season last year here on Ballard Sports Media, and I said, it's going to be fair game for the Big 12. Well, halfway through the season, when BYU was losing games and stuff, um, and all that, it's like Texas Tech started winning all these games and looked like they were going to be a playoff contender because of guys like David Bailey and whoever. So it kind of went sideways there from anybody's league to Texas Tech running the whole thing in the Big 12 last year. It was crazy. So, but David Bailey here at number 2. I won't break all these down. Ruben Bain from Miami, big factor in their playoff run last year on defense. Carson Beck on offense too. Um, there's so much to love about Ruben Bain. There's so much to love about Miami last year. They're going to have a lot of guys have their names called. Maybe not on night one, but throughout the whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, and some possibly on Thursday night. But um, Cardell Tate, wide receiver from Ohio State. Is he the best wide receiver in this class? He might be. Sonny Styles. You'll have a lot of well, there's another Miami guy, Francis Mauigoa to the Chiefs. I think they desperately need that. Caleb Downs, Ohio State, Sonny Styles, Ohio State. I want to see where my Bucks land. I think we're picking at 19 again, or maybe we're a little bit lower at like 25. I could be wrong. No, we're actually at 15. Shit. Dylan Thinnyman. Where's he from? I don't even know. He's a safety. We need secondary help desperately. We also need offensive line help. The Bucks need a lot. You know, Baker is not the issue in Tampa Bay. By the way, this guy is for Oregon. Um, Dylan Thinyman. I don't know. He was a transfer from Purdue. Anyway, back to my Bucks. I think the Buccaneers are in a key position to draft well this April, this off season, and everything. We got to hit the secondary. We got to hit the O line. I don't think we need receiver help unless you want to. I know Mike Evans is a free agent and he's probably not coming back to Tampa, right? But you have Emeka Buka you got last year. You have, I guess you still have Chris Godwin. I'd have to look, but um, you got Bucky Irvin at running back. Baker Mayfield, I think, is our quarterback going forward until otherwise proven. Um, could you draft a backup quarterback somewhere? Sure, but it's nothing that needs to be answered on night one. It's not like that. Dylan Thinnyman, I don't know. What's his numbers here? Let me see. Oregon. Um, so he did run a 4.35 at the 40 at the combine. He went 10-yard split 1.52, 2.55. He's very fast. I've watched him play a little bit. He's 6 foot, 201 pounds. Um, so and he started at Purdue, and then he transferred last season and had the one season in 2025 this year with Oregon. He played 2 years at Purdue. He's from Indiana. His brothers played at Purdue as well. They're all from Westfield, Indiana. Um, and he had a couple accolades in his career. He was a third team All American in 2023. He was freshman of the year in the Big Ten in 2023 at Purdue. Second team All Big Ten in 2023. Nothing from 2024, interestingly enough. I'm not sure what happened in 2024 for him, but he was last year he got first team All-American and first team All Big Ten. That's pretty good. So I would like a guy like that for the Buccaneers. I think the Buccaneers have to answer at secondary in the first round. Well, they don't have to, but I think either an offensive tackle, maybe if you could find a receiver, or secondary, one of those three. So that's just my 2 cents on the Buccaneers there. I won't really talk much more about them in this live stream, I don't think, but Jermod McCoy from Tennessee to the Jets at 16. My guy, Peter Woods of Clemson. He's really good. Clemson, struggling. I talked with Uncle Lou last night about him too on his call-in show. But number 17 overall, Detroit Lions take Peter Woods. I think that's a hell of a pick. Peter Woods, I got to see, if you guys haven't heard, which I've told this a few times on here, but and I got some video of it too. When he committed in 2022 to Clemson at Thompson High School in Alabaster, Alabama, I got the opportunity because of Coach Hayes football. Thank you so much for that, good sir. He invited me out to his recruitment or to his commitment announcement. And I got to go to Thompson High School, got to see a little bit of the football stadium. I went inside the auditorium, and Peter Woods came down. I'm trying to think. I know Alabama was in the mix, and I know Clemson was in the mix. I want to say Georgia was in there too, but at the same time, I can't honestly tell you too much. But um, I got to see Peter Woods commit to Clemson. So I've been pulling for him. I hope he's doing good and all that. Where's number 11? Very fast off the edge, everything like that. He's he's really good. He can stop the run. He can disrupt the pass game. He can do it all. He's a 5-star recruit too. 5-star. So he's going to be a first round pick. Is he a guy you trade up for? I don't think so necessarily. I think he's just, if he's there, you take him. But the Detroit Lions get him at 17. Okay, cool. I hope he does well in the pros. We'll see if this mock draft holds up and he ends up in Detroit. Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame, really, really good. One of the best running backs in the league last year, or in college football. The league, really? I don't know. Anyway, he's very fast. Biggest roster need for the Vikings is a running back. Look, they got J.J. McCarthy at quarterback. They got a couple of different guys. I think they still have Justin Jefferson from LSU. Do they still have him at wide receiver? I could be wrong. They got some guys there, right? They got the tight end covered. They need a key, strong running back. Jeremiah Love can fill that hole. Kenyon Sadiq for Carolina at 19. Kedrick Falk. I won't go through all these. My guy, Caden Proctor. Talk about the Philadelphia Eagles offense. You got Landon Dickerson on the O-line from Alabama. Jalen Hurts was a former Alabama quarterback and Oklahoma, of course. Devontae Smith. What if they go after another Alabama guy for offense and they go Caden Proctor on the O-line? That'd be one hell of a pick. He could be guard. He's not so much tackle as he is guard. Could be a blindside type of blocker for you. Caden Proctor is big guy, former 5-star recruit, was committed to Iowa for a long time, flipped on signing day to Alabama, and signed and started pretty much right away, and just has done a spectacular job for Kalen DeVore. So, yeah, there's that. Philadelphia there. Cleveland Browns up next. Casey Concepcion. Case. I don't know how his name is KC when his first name's actually just Kevin. Unless that's initials for, I guess, his middle name too. I don't know. But anyways, Caden McDonald, Omar Cooper Jr. to the Bills. They desperately need some help at wide receiver. They need to build the O line up. Like, the Bills are literally that NFL team that I look at and I say, how in the hell have they not made a Super Bowl yet? And you can't say, I mean, you can say that it's because the Chiefs are in the way, but they draft so well every year, and it seems like they're just one pick or one player away from doing it, but they still can't do it, you know? It's crazy. It's so crazy. Anyway, so there's that. Let me grab my, computer charger real quick, and then we're gonna do an actual mock draft, so give me 1 second. Alright, we're back. So, yeah, there's that for you. We're gonna use the Draft Network's mock draft machine, which I've used it once or twice. I guess it's, already updated for 2026. Uh, I used to like how it was before, how it looked, at least graphic-wise. Anyway, we're gonna try to do no trades here, which I think you gotta be premium to trade in this one. I could be wrong, but I don't know. We'll see. Oh, man. Give me 1 second. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, we got the screen share. So, yeah. I guess we'll do the first round. We're gonna do pick trading. Oh, you gotta subscribe. Okay, yeah. So you can't trade. Mm, there. Okay. Select all teams, and we're just doing the first round. Let's create our mock draft. Okay, we're on the clock. Raiders up first. Start the draft. It gives you 2 minutes each pick. And I think the obvious answer, unless they do something completely abnormal, the obvious answer for me for the Las Vegas Raiders here at number one would be to draft Fernando Mendoza. He's the Heisman winner, but that's not even just the main reason. Um, he's that quarterback. You know, there's a lot of different quarterbacks like Ty Simpson and whoever in this class that'll go, but yeah. Yeah. So again, we cannot make a trade. We're number 2 on the clock already with the Jets. A minute 36 to go on the clock. They need edge, quarterback, wide receiver. They need a lot. I'm gonna take a bold stab here and give them Caleb Downs, though. I think they surprise us. I don't think it's the main pick of Arvell Reese, even though he's really good. I think they go Caleb Downs here. I would work on their secondary more so than anything else. Okay, the Cardinals, what do they need? Interior defensive lineman. Okay. What do we have? Peter Woods, too high. Tight end. Can we go here? Kenyon Sadiq. Here's the thing: you never know what you're going to get on draft night, right? Is that fair to say? Give me a running back. Give me Jeremiah Love. I know I'm crazy. I get it. Tennessee Titans. Edge. Arvell Reese. New York Football Giants. They need a corner. Well, the biggest need is linebacker. Arvell Reese is already here off the board. They need wide receiver too. Linebacker, huh? Sonny Styles, Ruben Bain. They need edge. They got an edge to fill. I'm gonna give them David Bailey from Texas Tech. Okay. So the Cleveland Browns are up next, and they need a wide receiver. They've needed a wide receiver ever since like Odell Beckham left and all that. And they had a really good offense going for a while, especially with Baker Mayfield at quarterback. But that's all in the past now. They go a couple different ways here. Carnell Tate's the highest receiver. I actually like Makai Lemon from USC. I would probably steal him here at 6, give him a good weapon for the Cleveland Browns and Dylan Gabriel or Shador, whoever ends up starting this year at quarterback. I think last time I checked, I think last year they rolled the dice with Gabriel, so we'll see. So now the Commanders, Redskins, whatever you want to call them, they need an edge. Okay. Ruben Bain is coming off the board here. The Saints, what do they need? What are we looking for? New Orleans. Wide receiver, edge, corner, edge, interior. They need a lot of help on defense all the way around, really. Um, they need an offensive tackle, not really. And go wide receiver too. I actually like this Carnell Tate guy from Ohio State. I'm gonna give him there, and they'll need to pick one up later on too, another one. But yeah, okay. The Chiefs. So we got the Chiefs here, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes is your quarterback, of course. They go a couple different ways. Uh, Cassius Howell, wide receiver. I'm gonna work on their O line. I feel like that's been something that's needed to be done for a while in Kansas City. Which they've worked on it in the drafts previously the last couple years and stuff, but I feel like they need that perfect companion for Patrick Mahomes. They need that guy that can stay healthy and stuff. I'm gonna give them Francis Mauigoa from Miami. I know what you're thinking. This mock draft is dumb as hell. Anyway, all right. Cincinnati's on the clock. They need a safety. They need edge, linebacker. They need all kinds of defense. Who we got at safety? Oh yeah, Dylan Thineman. We just talked about him. There's your top 10. Okay, now outside the top 10, we got the Dolphins on the clock here. Tua's out of the picture. He went where? Atlanta. They need a quarterback at some point in this draft, but it's not urgent. I think who they got now? Quinn Ewers. I say you work with Quinn Ewers. They've always needed a good wide receiver. As much as I want Omar Cooper Jr. to come off the board here, I feel like Jordan Tyson is overlooked a little bit, but the draft experts really like him. He's very fast. He's physical. He can break through the tackles sometimes. He can catch almost any ball comes his way. He's very fast downfield, a deep threat, vertical receiver, stretch the field. Give me Jordan Tyson to Miami. Okay. I would troll the Dallas Cowboys here, but I'm trying to be fair. Let's see. Let's go back to all positions. They need edge, corner, and defensive line. They need everything. Mansour Delaney, Kenyon Sadiq, Monroe Freeling. Any edge? What do we have? Cassius Howell? I could go there. Cassius Howell. I think he was a former five. He was part of that big class Jimbo Fisher signed, wasn't he? He was like a 5-star. And he's good off the edge. He's very fast, can spin out of tackles, offensive tackles, get to the quarterback, and disrupt the pass. I love it. Jerry Jones gets his guy. Okay. Who's up? The Rams. So the Rams are on the clock. We got a minute and a half to go. Okay. Offensive tackle. Monroe Freeling from Georgia. These first four guys, Maui Goa, Freeling, Spencer Fano, and Caleb Lamo, are probably all first round caliber guys at offensive tackle, especially a guy like Fano or Monroe Freeling after Maui Goa takes the board. But the Rams need some help for Matthew Stafford. Uh, I want to know how much longer Matthew Stafford is going to play, but he's still kicking in there. I'm gonna give him a guy from his school in Georgia. I'm gonna give him Monroe Freeling to build the O line. Okay, Baltimore Ravens. Wide receiver is a need. Omar Cooper Jr. is the answer here. You could go KC Concepcion. After you get past Concepcion, Chris Brazel's good, Zachariah Branch, Denzel Boston. These guys are good. However, are they first round good? I would probably save them for day two, personally. All right, my Buccaneers on the clock. So, oh god, what do we need? Where would I go with the Bucks? Edge, corner, linebacker. We're going defense for sure. I want to see linebackers here. I'm gonna go. What are they saying about CJ Allen? I've heard a lot of good things about CJ Allen. He's undersized in terms of height, but he weighs 230. He's the third overall in his position. Oh man. Physical blow to ball carriers, physical tone. I love physicality. Sorry I said that, Nana. CJ Allen to the Bucks. Let's do it. All right, the Jets, edge defender. Not worth it in the first round. Quarterback, yeah, Ty Simpson. Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson's not even with the Jets, is he? And what did they have last? Justin Fields. What's wrong with Justin Fields, man? Jeez. Y'all help me out there. Ty Simpson, my guy, goes to New York. I like it. He didn't go for the Heisman, but he'll go for the NFL. Let's go to Detroit here. They need edge, offensive tackle, edge again, running back, interior defensive lineman. They need everything, almost. They need a lot of help on the running back game, the offensive tackle game, and two edge. So we go back to edge here. Keldrick Falk from Auburn could be a late first round pick. I can't trade in this one. What about OT? That's where I would go Spencer Fano. I would give him an offensive tackle for Goff. Let's go. All right, we got to go to the Vikings here. They need corner safety. They need secondary help all the way. Let's go Jermon McCoy. Okay, Panthers. Carolina Panthers. I'd love to screw with them a little bit. Nah, not really. I love Bryce. I love Bryce. We got to help Bryce out, right? We need to take a tight end. Kenyon Sadiq, we just talked about him a little bit on here and read up on him. This is where his slide ends at pick 19. He's from Oregon, by the way. What's his report? Explosiveness, versatility, plus level run blocking ability. top tier tight end. Round 1 Pro Bowl caliber. There you go. There you go, Carolina. You got you a Pro Bowl tight end there in that. Okay, the Cowboys are back on the clock. We already took at 12 Cassius Howell. I say we go back to defense because they need a lot of help. I'm going to give them Mansour Delaney. Okay, the Steelers. Shout out to my guy Mayhem Matthew. Let's see what they need here. Wide receiver. Because remember, George Pickens is gone. He's with the Cowboys now, unless they traded him. He used to be there. I'm gonna give him. I'll give him the KC Concepcion. Again, he was, I believe, a 5 or 4-star guy. He was part of that really big class that Jimbo Fisher signed. He's very fast. He's physical. Can break through some tackles. Can catch almost any ball that comes his way. He's a great route runner. I think he'd make a great addition to Pittsburgh. The Chargers. What are we looking for? Los Angeles Chargers. That's right. Not San Diego no more, huh? What do they need? Defensive line, offensive line, edge, linebacker. They need defensive help. Peter Woods, my guy, 22. Eagles. They shouldn't need too much. I mean, fresh off a Super Bowl run a couple years ago, they haven't really made too many bad moves, I don't think. Edge, corner, wide receiver. Could we get a guy next to Smitty? Not in the first round here. None of these guys. Offensive tackle. I say you help the O line a little bit. Well, I don't know. Could we help the run game out? Would you take any of these other guys at first round outside of Jeremiah Love? I don't know. Lee Hunter. I don't know. I don't even know all these guys. I'm just being honest. Okay, the Browns are back on the clock. I think we just picked for them. We took Mekhi Lemon. Build the offensive line for Dillon Gabriel and company, right? Caleb Lemieux, the other Utah offensive tackle. The Bears have not picked. They need an edge. They need an offensive tackle. They need defensive tackle. Caden McDonald, what's the report on him? 6'2", 326. Second defensive tackle in the class, 25 overall. We're at the 25th pick. Pro Bowl caliber. Showcases dominant strength and power in both the run game when rushing the quarterback. In the run game, he has strength to go straight through offensive linemen, creating knockback and immediate penetration into the backfield. I like what I'm hearing. High motor and intensity and quickness and blah, blah, blah. Okay. All right. We'll take him. The Bills. I want to help the Bills. I don't want to hurt the Bills. I don't hate them. I want to help the Bills out. I want to help them get to a Super Bowl. We got to do something about that. They need a safety. Also need linebacker. Sonny Styles for sure. Yeah, if he's still on the board and they need a linebacker, I would take them in a heartbeat. All right, the 49ers are on the clock. Offensive tackle, edge, wide receiver, tight end, corner. Let's go back to all players. Don't show who's drafted because that's just messing me up here. Keldrick Falk from Auburn is on the board. You know, I know I'm an Alabama fan, and I'm supposed to hate Auburn. I do. That's in my blood. They got good players though, and I think they're going to be good with Alex Golesh at head coach and stuff. I do think they're going to hype up and turn up a little bit. But they got some good guys out there going to the draft this year. Keldrick Falk has been a key guy. I think he was there for like 6 years. I could be wrong. He's been there a little while. It's time to hear his name called. go to a team that has a lot of great defense but still needs some help. Go to the 49ers. All right. The Houston Texans offensive tackle is the big need, interior defensive and offensive line. Ola Vavega Ione. I think I butchered that. I don't know. From Penn State. Let's go. Didn't we just pick for the Chiefs too? They got 2 picks in the first round. They got Maui Goa last time. They also need an edge. I'm gonna give them Zion Young. Okay. The Dolphins. We gave them Jordan Tyson. They need a corner and a tight end and another wide receiver. I'll give them Avion Terrell here. He's good. He's as good as AJ Terrell, who I think at least was drafted by the Falcons, I think, but he's pretty good. He's explosive in the secondary, can disrupt the pass game pretty good. I'll give him to the Dolphins here. We got 2 picks left. 2 picks in the first round. We got the runner-up of the Patriots and then the defending champs of the Seattle Seahawks. When it comes to a team that just made a Super Bowl run, it's for the runner-up. For me, it's like if you could pick a guy that's going to be a difference maker that could help win you a Super Bowl next year, who would it be? And then for the Seahawks in this case, how do you where do you have to improve and build depth mostly? We'll get to that in a second. How do the Patriots improve um, and get better? How do they bounce back? They need a receiver. They need an edge. They need linebackers, desperately linebackers. Wide receivers. Now let's go linebacker here. Well, oh, I don't know, man. What about edge? Who we got? Akeem Messidor. There you go. That guy, he played pretty well in the playoffs. I don't know about all season long for Hakeem Messidor, but I heard his name a lot in those playoff games. Especially the oh crap. Who was the semifinal against? Or maybe it was the quarterfinal. That Ohio State game. He was a pretty good disruptor. Hakeem Messidor was. I'm gonna give him to New England. Take a chance there. I'm going a lot of defense here. The Seattle Seahawks, do they need a lot? They need a corner, an edge, and a running back. They still got Kenneth Walker. I'm gonna take a chance here. I'm gonna take a steal for a running back here in the first round. I'm gonna give him Nick Singleton. I really like Nick Singleton from Penn State. Uh, he was not part of the problem last year. In fact, if anything, he was probably their best player when healthy. He's explosive, former 5-star recruit, can bounce off the tackle. Makes you think a little bit about Saquon, but he's not quite at Saquon Barkley's level. Give me Nick Singleton. I'm going to catch a lot of hell for this in the comments anyway already, but whatever. All right, there you go. This is our official first round mock draft, at least for the time being, and we'll get some more stuff out this month in April. From Fernando Mendoza of Indiana at quarterback to the Raiders, all the way down to Nick Singleton for the Seahawks. Again, my Buccaneers at 15 took C.J. Allen from Georgia. Ty Simpson goes to the Jets. How many quarterbacks did we take? We didn't take too many. Did we only take 2? Mendoza and Simpson. We only took those 2 quarterbacks. Who did we leave? Draft class. Let's go to quarterback. Who did we miss in the first round? Okay. So we took Mendoza and Simpson. Is there a chance someone gets an extra pick or something? Like, what could we see in the first round more than these 2 guys go at quarterback? I mean, could you see Garrett Nussmeier off the board? I think he's serviceable. I think he's really good and got a bright future. Now, he's not what Joe Burrow was at LSU, and he's not going to be what Joe Burrow is for the Bengals to whatever team gets him. But there's really not much of a first round quarterback class. I mean, it's Mendoza and everybody else, really. Talent wise, I would take Simpson. I would. But at the same time, you're kind of rolling the dice there. You know, is it going to work out? Does he have to be with the right team? It's a good question. But again, a quick rundown. Fernando Mendoza to the Raiders, Caleb Downs to the Jets, Jeremiah Love, running back from Notre Dame, to the Cardinals, Arvell Reese, a linebacker, and he plays edge, to the Titans. David Bailey from Texas Tech to New York Giants, Makai Lemon of USC to the Browns, Ruben Bain, Carnell Tate, Francis Mauigoa, Dylan Thieneman from Oregon to the Bengals, Jordan Tyson from Arizona State to the Dolphins, Cassius Howell, an edge, to the Cowboys from Texas A&M. I could keep going. Y'all see it here. We just ran through it, but let me know in the comments section how you feel about this mock draft. What would you change? What would you improve on? Again, it's just predictions. Anything could happen. We see stupid picks all the time on draft night. Guys don't know what they're doing. How is the first round going to work? How is it going to unfold, you guys think, later this month? And also let me know in the comments what you guys want to see as far as more draft content. I'll try to get some interviews. Maybe we could talk to some experts and get their thoughts. So, anyway, I love y'all. Jesus loves you. Keep your head up. God bless. My phone's blowing up. And we'll see you next time here at BSN. Love y'all.